Greetings everyone. Today I would like to talk about random things, and I will talk about many things, and it's going to be a little bit hard for you to understand. And I'm going to talk about this wheel of time, as we call it, Horol, and I would like to talk about the myths. And people usually turn to a religion when they are desperate, when the life is a little bit hard. And somehow there is some shamanistic revolution going on in Mongolia, and almost everyone is trying to claim that they are shamans. But some shamans are acting a little bit weird. I mean, they are acting, they are, criticizing our firebird Khangarid. They are not criticizing a Chinese dragon. They are not criticizing this Tibetan snow lion, and they are not criticizing the tiger. But they have some problem with our firebird, and I can understand them because shamanism differs from place to place. And today I would like to talk why this firebird is so important for Khalkha Mongolians, I mean for this central Mongolians. And here in Asia we have a Asian zodiac, or I like to call it as a nomadic zodiac, because Chinese doesn't have a proper answer for this placement of animals, and they are like faking it. I mean, Chinese put yin yang in the middle of this 12-year beasts. Mongols put this chandamanas, or a firebird that holds a blue snake, and this firebird has horns. And every nation and every country has own myths, and these myths and legends are the basis of belief and the culture. And everyone knows that in the 13th century there was a prince called Temujin, and this Temujin became the great Khan Genghis Khan. If you compare Bodda and Temujin, you will notice something strange. I mean, in the beginning, they are noblemen. They had everything. They had good fathers, and Bodda get buried. I mean, he wanted to get rid of all his attachments, and he started this religious movement. But in the case of Genghis Khan, Genghis Khan lost his everything, so he wanted to take everything back. He was like, if you compare Bodda and Genghis Khan would be like a bad guy. And because of this fighting and reclaiming everything, these battles and the things change man a lot. And he became a proud ruler, a strong iron fist. So when the foreigners called him as a barbarian, illiterate person who has no capital, and when they started to kill his messengers, and he really gets angry. So he decided to create a writing script. He decided to build a city, a capital city, and he decided to kick those foreigners hard to show that he is not an ordinary guy. So this is not a myth. This is a history. But we have a myth that comes from a history. We don't know if it is a history or it is a myth. One myth suggests that a bird came to a gear of the father of Genghis Khan and started to scream, "Chinggis, Chinggis," and this bird did this thing for 3 days. So the Sukhbaatar became curious and decided to follow this bird. And this bird sit on a small stone and started to call Chinggis, Chinggis. So this Sukhbaatar took the stone and break it. This stone was made of clay or mud, something like that. And he found a little hammer-like thing. But it wasn't a hammer, but it was a seal. On the seal there was a swastika. So he decided that this was some gift from heavens, and he took it home. And this seal, legends say that this seal became the seal of a great Khan, Genghis. And like this, Khalkha Mongolians have a myth about this, how the Khalkha Mongolians formed. When Yuan Mongol Empire was, fell, everyone started to, regroup. Southern Mongols started to create their own circle, and Western Mongols started to form their own circle. But Khalkha Mongolians were, a little bit having a problem with each other, and they had no, friendship. So somehow the 12 tribes of this central Mongolian started to gather in one place and formed a union that is called Khalkha Mongols. And these Khalkha Mongols created 13 Ovoos, and in the middle of this 13 Ovoo they put this bird with the horns. And everyone wanted to have some friendship, and everyone of course wanted to have some physical strength, military. In Turkic it's called warrior, and stands for strength. So everyone wanted to have some everlasting strength, so it becomes an ever. And this bird with the horns is very important for Khalkha Mongolians. And we sense time because of life, and there is only hot season and cold season, but we like to think that there is a fall season. And this middle cross is called a cross of sun. And this sun, when you rotate it, it will not change. So you can't change the truth. Same times you can't change the equal cross. And this equal cross is a pagan cross, and it is of course much better than the Christian cross. Also, you have this bird-like thing, hippie cross. And of course, when you change it, you can turn it into anything. This is looks like a trident. This looks like a shooting arrow. And this looks like a leg of a bird. So this thing is not. You can call this a holy, but you can't call this a holy. So the reason why we have a bird in the middle, it is because this world we are living is called Hor. Hor means time, and it also means poison. Ovoo means a worship place. It is a a pile of rocks. When you create a pile of rocks, and when you spray milk, when you spray seeds, birds come and sit on this Ovoo. And you know, bird sitting on this or eating these seeds is like you know, something you know, it became something religious. Also, there's a belief in a phoenix. In Buddhism, we have four creatures. First creature is you know, Tibetan snow lion. Everyone knows that this lion with the curly hair is not a Tibetan. It is, you know, it's from India, and in India we have these Asian lions. And of course we have a dragon that comes from China, but people think that dragon comes from a Gobi desert, because there is a term that you know, dragon lives in a Gobi, or a dragon of Gobi. You know, well, I think that all these dragons are all gone, all dead. We only find, you know, these bones, you know, dinosaur bones, and dinosaurs are not dragons. And of course we have a tiger. Tiger is a beautiful creature and strong creature. And finally we have this firebird with the horns. And you must know that during Yuan Mongol Empire, we managed to make this Chinese bird into a phoenix. I mean, we made it into a fire bird. So, why there is a phoenix? Phoenix starts from an egg and it burns and it dies and it becomes an egg. Like this, when the season changes, life starts to bloom and you know, burn, and it you know, dies and it sleeps. So this firebird is a spirit of this surrounding world, and she you know, have a tendency to heal herself. So she holds a snake, and she is the 13th beast of this Asian zodiac here in Mongolia. And I guess in Western Zodiac you also have someone who is called a serpent holder, who is the 13th Zodiac. Well, that's pretty much for today, and thanks for watching. And you know, these candles are going to die, and like this, you know, you must, you know, make sure that these mana stones are plenty. I mean, you must guard the Mother Nature. And religion that doesn't have these teachings about this guarding the Mother Nature, helping, you know, these animals, is not a good religion. Well, that's pretty much today. Thanks for watching.